EFT friends. Welcome back to the LACEFT EFT series. And LACEFT stands for the Los Angeles Center for Emotionally Focused Therapy. And this YouTube channel is the place where we spend time getting to know EFT therapists better and learn more about why they chose EFT. And my name is Kristi Crownover, and I'm here with Dr. Miriam Dalili. Hi, Miriam.
Hi, so good to see you. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are so honored and happy to have Kristina Jackson with us. Welcome, Kristina.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here.
Kristina Jackson has been working with couples, families, and individuals in Hermosa since 1993. She's a licensed marriage family therapist, and she's a certified EFT therapist and a supervisor. She's also the LACEFT board president. Kristina, let's start with, tell us about yourself and your work.
So I'm one of those therapists who came to EFT after having been a therapist for a number of years. In fact, I had even studied down here in LA and up in Seattle under John and Julie Gottman. But when I first saw Sue back in 2009, it was like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. In fact, on that day, I was at the Intimacy Conference down in Irvine, California, and I had heard another presenter speak right before lunch. And I'm like, oh, I'm signing up for that. And I did. And then I saw Sue after lunch. It was like, oh, I signed up for the wrong one. And so I took the externship anyway. So I was signed up for both courses, which was fine. But yeah, it just felt like this is the bright spot. This really felt like the right spot.
That's awesome. That's so nice. Could you tell us a little bit about what has been the most rewarding part of emotionally focused therapy for you?
Probably the most rewarding and the piece that has just been the loveliest is how it has impacted so many facets of my life that I can get really excited about things and be super energetic and the cheerleader and want to be able to help everyone and make everything happen. And EFT showed me how to slow down and how to really be with people and to create that space where I could be with people in a different way. It gave me the organization to understand what I need to do to help these couples or individuals in front of me, these families in front of me, so that I had something to anchor into. But then it allowed me to slow myself down so I could get myself in a good place. I could be a better therapist for them. It has worked in my role as a supervisor, because I can get really excited about helping people get certified. I really, really like to do that. I work with supervisors, I work with therapists, I like helping supervisors become certified supervisors, I like helping individuals get certified, I do classes in all of that, but to do that, I can be really enthusiastic, but then we also need to find that place to help slow down, to just really, really be with people. And so it has impacted my personal life, it's impacted my professional life to be able to be with people. It's impacted how I work as a leader. It's allowed me some grace. It's given me some skills that when I stumble and bumble, as all of us do, it's taught me these beautiful rupture and repair skills that I can also use in my personal life, with my own family, with my extended family, with my friends. So it's given me just amazing gifts.
Wow, that's awesome. I guess you answered my next question, which I wanted to ask, how did it change your work? And you said it all, because you're working since 1993, and then you started getting into journey of EFT. So I'm going to ask you, what trainings have you enjoyed the most in this journey? I know that we have to go through a lot of trainings and there are a lot of opportunities. Which one is your most favorite and most helpful, you thought?
Well, we all start with the externship. And so I went to my very first externship down in San Diego with Dr. Sue Johnson and Scott Woolley. And it was like, this is amazing. And the woman next to me cried the whole time. And then I saw there were these helpers, and I'm like, I want to hear this again. And so after that, I went every year for almost 10 years. Every year I went back to that externship. And as my own path developed, I went from just being a helper to then being a helper as I became a supervisor, bringing my supervisees to come and help at the externship, bringing supervisors to help, or supervisors in training to come and help. And so it's still the same training. It's the externship, but there was a place in my development to get something out of it. And what I love about EFT is it's not stagnant, it's not stuck. It is an ever-growing model. And so the model that I came into in 2009 was this beautiful model that Sue Johnson had been working on. But since then, there's been all of this research in family work with Lisa Palmer Olson and Jim Furrow and George Fowler and Gail Palmer. And there's been all of this amazing work in individual therapy. Sue wrote the book, and with Lori and Leanne, and all of this growth, so that it's not this stagnant model that they showed me in 2009. No, it's been an amazing journey. So we started with the externship. I kept coming back to help at Core Skills, because I kept learning. I was learning the model when I was going, in the early years. I was learning as a supervisor how to teach the model as I kept going farther along. And then there are all these amazing master classes. That's where this model has grown through this family work and this individual work. So, but it all started with the externship for me.
That's great. What have you found to be the most challenging aspects of learning EFT?
There's a steep learning curve in this. There is definitely a steep learning curve in this. I'm so jealous of the folks who learn it just right out of the gate, that learn it, right from grad school, and they're not unlearning something else and relearning this. The other thing is, what's beautiful about this model is there is a cognitive organizational piece as well as a deep dive emotional piece. And and what I find with a lot of my supervisees is people tend to have superpowers more in one or the other. And honestly, I just felt like I struggled through all of it. every new piece just felt like it was hard fought, which probably makes it easier for me to supervise people because I've been in that stuck place. I know what it's like, whether it's the organizational place and I've had some amazing mentors, multiple amazing mentors over the years. And so wherever I've gotten stuck, I've gotten somebody who can say it in a way that it's like, oh, okay, now I get it. Okay, now I get that piece, and I need to put this piece with that piece. Oh, and here's how I was getting in my own way to be able to put this piece and that piece together. And just honestly, I have found a lot of love, and I've found a lot of coming from a place of just love and abundance. And I have things to share with you, and I want to share this with you. And so it's been wonderful, and it's difficult. The good things are.
Yeah. Talking about mentor, you're one of my mentor, our mentor, supporting us and helping us going through this and encouraging us to be volunteer at Sue's, externship a few times, and we really benefited and enjoyed. So I'm wondering, what advice do you have for our new therapists in EFT?
So for new therapists, don't be shy, get involved. There are a lot of good people out there. I mean, you two are obviously two of my favorites.
Oh.
Because I've known you since the very beginning, since the externships and core skills and all the way through it. And so that sense of we've got each other. And it's not just one person who's going to have the right answer. That there are a lot of people, and you want to be going to classes because something will click in a certain way with a certain supervisor or trainer or peer. And it's like, oh, okay, now I get this part. And so my advice would be, it's hard while we're in quarantine, but there are still online trainings. If you had told me back in February that we'd be able to do good EFT online, I'd have never believed it. I'd have absolutely, in fact, I didn't believe it. And I came home those first 2 weeks and curled up in a fetal position and just like wanted to cry because my eyes hurt so bad staring at a screen. And at about the 6-week mark, we started to figure it out.
Yeah.
We started to figure out that you can do really good EFT. The model works, that you can be there and be with people and create that bond, even across Wi-Fi, even across Zoom and everything that goes along with that. So hang in there, find your folks. LACEFT, we want LACEFT to be that inclusive place. We want it to be the place where people will come and feel like they have a professional home. That's what we're supposed to be, is this professional home where you find places of education and mostly just support. We want you to find your people and feel supported.
So important. I'm wondering if there's anything specific, anything that's new or new support, especially because everything's changed and gone online. Is there anything specific that you would recommend to support new therapists interested in EFT? Maybe something that wasn't available to you, when you started your learning journey.
Well, I think what has been really exciting for me is that going online actually has opened things up. The silver lining is it has opened us up to be able to attend trainings that maybe you wouldn't be able to fly to in the past. As soon as we can be together, I can't wait to be together again. I miss hugging people at the end of a training. I miss having those conversations at lunch or during the breaks and things like that. I think there's a lot of learning and a lot of support that goes on there. But there is a lot of new things that I'm teaching two workshops called Certification Ready that wasn't around before, and they're really focused on helping folks look at what are the things that they're going to need to put their certification packet together. And we've got some folks who, after this, we're almost done with the first round. We've got a number of folks they've got tapes ready. They've been collecting everything they need to send them in. And so that's been really exciting. And because we're online so much, I've got folks in that group from New Zealand all the way to Florida. And we've got Canadians. And so we've got folks from all over. And so when I first started in 2009, we were a smaller organization. We're such a global organization now. I'm teaching a class or a workshop with Sharon, a trainer, Chapickley up in Portland, and Rachel Thomas, she's my counterpart in Arizona. She's a supervisor and she's the president at the Arizona Center, and we're working with people building EFT communities. And so if you want to get involved in an EFT community, you don't have one in your area, we've got leadership and community building groups going on, which is really exciting. And they're just the supervisor group has grown, and so there are exciting programs for them. So we've got at every level, we've got new programs. Since the murder of George Floyd, LACEFT has taken on the work of trying to become an anti-racist organization. And we are doing a lot of training as individuals. We're doing training so that as a board, we can change our policies, practices, and procedures so that we are a more inviting organization. So for new folks coming in, looking forward to, who is this organization? Where am I going to fit in? Do I have a place here? What will it look like if I stick around for the next 10, 20 years? What's this group going to be like? And so I think there's a lot of really exciting things going on for folks.
It is really, when I joined EFT and started learning, the goal was getting the certification and getting there and becoming supervisor. But EFT became a family now for us, EFT family, and I'm learning every day. I'm using it with my clients. It's so rewarding. But, I want to know any pointers for therapists working towards certification. What do you want to tell them?
So I think that the most important piece is that you want to find that person or that group of people who first that there is a good alliance with. Just like with good EFT, you want to feel like this is a person who I feel comfortable with and is going to help me on this difficult journey. You want them to feel attuned to what's going on for you. We want that level of safety so that we know that person is really there for you. You want somebody who, as you're showing them your tapes, it feels like every time we go there is very organized, because one of the things we're learning about is how do we take these sessions and make them really organized as well as deep, that we're pulling a thread through the sessions to try to have a place where we can go, wow, guys, this is different. This is so different from what you used to do. So when you're in supervision, when you're studying with your peers, when you're working with a group, trying not to bite off too much all at once, that we want to feel like, all right, we're working on this piece and we're going to stumble through it a few times. We're going to look at our tapes again and go, oh, I didn't do it again. And that was certainly my experience. It's like, okay, I got it. My supervisor would tell me do this, and I'd go and I'd try, and it was like, I didn't do that. And then we keep working on it. And so you want somebody who's going to keep you motivated. You want your people who are going to help you, and you want people who are going to help you feel like, I see the good things you're trying. You're self-supervising. You're getting it. You want to be with folks who make you feel not shame because you didn't get it, but like, all right, chalk that one up. Okay, for however many times we have to do it wrong before we get it right, hang in there. We're with you. So I want those new folks to find that person that they feel an alliance with, they feel is attuned with them. I want them to find someone who helps them get organized. I want them to find somebody who helps them not feel shame, or will work with the shame. We all have shame that comes up. We all panic about, oh, how am I going to be when I do this? So those would be some of the things that I would want new EFT folks to be looking for as they're learning this beautiful model. And the other thing is, it's like anything else you're learning. It's hard at first. You don't start at the top of the mountain and swish down skiing beautifully. You get those little pizza slices.
Yeah.
Hill. We all start on the bunny hill, and we all make all kinds of mistakes as we go along. And so have some grace for yourself. Find some folks who are loving and kind, like these two. When they're working, you guys are the perfect people to be working with new folks.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah.
Because you guys you embody people who are so loving to new folks. You guys embody people who are really attuned to where people are. You embody that, no, we can do it. We're going to hang in there and we're going to help you get through it. I love that you guys are the two helping new folks and kind of bringing them into this EFT family.
Well, we're so honored to be here. And unfortunately, we're getting to the end of our interview, and we'd like to ask you to try and sum up emotionally focused therapy in just one sentence.
Emotionally focused therapy, for me, in one sentence, is both being with people, but also having this beautiful model that allows you to help take them from this place of pain and confusion to a place of understanding and connection.
I love that.
That's powerful.
Was that all one sentence? It was a long sentence.
It was a perfect.
But it says it all.
It really does. Thank you so much for being with us today, Kristina. It was really nice to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Always great seeing you.
It's always good being with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.